Wanita hari ini di zaman modern masih kekalkan adatnya. Dihormati, disayangi, disanjungi.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, we're back again in our studio today. I hope that everyone is doing well, doing great, and I hope that today we will learn something new. It was my honor to have you guys again in our show today. So, as you all know, education is very important, especially when we know what are the problems during the learning process. So, today our topic is Preschool Children Development Program. So, today we have in our studio one of the representatives from the Ministry of Education, Miss Luna. How are you doing today, Miss?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Thank you for having us today. Before we dig into our topic today, we will have my co-workers to explain to you guys a bit more depth about our topic today. Rolling.
Do you know what is preschool and what is the main objective of the implementation of preschool in Malaysia? Let me tell you. Preschool is often referred as kindergarten. It's for children aged 5 to 6, and also it acts as a bridge for the children before entering primary school. So the main objective of this preschool is to foster holistic development and also build a strong foundation like skills, self-confidence, and also emotional readiness before entering year 1.
Thank you, Ms. Zaira, for the great explanation. So, Ms. Luna, I would like to ask you, for those who doesn't know or never heard about POSPI, how do you explain what is POSPI?
POSPI was introduced by the Ministry of Education in 2024. It is one of the initiatives from the government that relates to preschool children from age 4 until 6 years old. It is important to be that relates among the children, because if there is delay, the teachers will continue to give information to the student, and it also can help reducing the impact of developmental difficulties in the future.
Oh, I see. But before the teacher give the children like intervention that they need, how does the teacher identify what the problem or the needs of the children?
So the teacher will provide the developmental screening checklist, which is SSB. So using that, the teacher will detect the developmental growth of their students using that. So if there's any delay, the teacher will give intervention activities or initiative as soon as possible. So, and also to make sure this program is effective, the Ministry of Education also provides training for preschool teachers throughout Malaysia.
I see. So, okay, thank you, Ms. Luna, for the great explanation. So now, let us watch a clip about the activities that has done by POSPI. Rolling.
One of the main activities under POSPI is gross motor skills. Nowadays, parents more focus about speech and language problem rather than about gross motor skill, which is the most important. So under POSPI, it focuses on body development and also coordination. Such activity that children need to focus and master is balance, limb coordinator, and also locomotor movement. So, gross motor skill problem will create difficulty for children to controlling muscle large like arm, legs, and also torso. So to deal with this matter, early intervention is really needed.
Other than that, the POSPI intervention kit also helps develop fine motor skills. Children at the age of 4 to 6 years old practice skills such as tracing, drawing, cutting, buttoning, and using zippers, coloring neatly, and tying knots, which improve hand and finger control coordination and precision.
Next is about speech and language skills. So under POSPI, teacher can identify children need through play-based intervention and also screening. Through this activity, teachers play the most important part because they need to ensure that communication occurs between them and the children. Moreover, the teacher need to use their creativity to create strategy like asking questions and also role-play activity. So by this, speech and language disorder can be detected easily and can build confidence of the children to talk better with person and other people.
In POSPI, cognitive skills focus on the ability of infants and children to use and integrate mental processes such as observation, perception, memory, and conceptual understanding to solve problems. And these skills include the ability to pay attention, the ability to self-organize and self-regulate. The activities focus on recognizing and writing numbers and letters, reading simple and familiar words, writing their own names independently, and the concept of time like yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And last but not least, the social and personal skills domain helps children develop communication, cooperation, and emotional understanding. Activities for 4 to 5 and 6 years old children include role play, sharing tasks, cooperative games, and expressing feelings. These activities help children build social skills, problem-solving abilities, and confidence in interacting with others and self-care.
So there are activities that we have done. They look so cute and those activities look so enjoyable. Now, together with us, we have Miss Afisha Zafira, a preschool teacher from ST Srinagar, that will be sharing with us the experience or the challenges that they have facing while conducting this program course. So, hi Miss Afisha, how are you doing today?
Hello and hi, thank you for having me here. I'm good.
Okay, so today in our studio, we are discussing a topic about Children Preschool Development Program. So, from your point of view as a preschool teacher, what do you think, what are the challenges faces while conducting this program?
Alright, so its program is to help students achieve the development that appropriate for their age. So the most challenging is the assessment checklist, where it's scenario semak PAD390, because it's not always suitable for every child. As the students, they have a different ways and they have a different ways to adapt and exploring some things. This make it difficult because the assessment scenario semak PAD390 is strictly according to their age. It's not about how their adapts is. Other than that, the teachers also is burdened with the administrative, managing filings, as the PROSPIM requires to collect data, prepares the intervention activities, and also the assess and also about the progress, student progress. So all of that requires a lot of effort and times to implement it. Other than that, students' attendance also is important, whereas sometimes the teachers already is ready to conduct the PROSPIM. But sometimes the student is absent, and in many cases that the same students are frequently absent, that we can't do the assessments to that students to help the students implement the PROSPIMs. Moreover, although PROSPIM activities are like a simples, but they also require financial supports, like the teachers need to do a material such as worksheets, photocopies, papers, and also assessment tools. So the students also need to prepare their basic learning materials like pencils and colorings, so which the limited funding can affect the smoothness of and effectively the implementation of the PROSPIM assessments. And the last one is the parental cooperation is important to success the PROSPIMs. So it's a challenge if the parents are not fully cooperate with the students and encourage the students to come to school and do the PROSPIM assessments. So that's the challenges that best facing while conducting the PROSPIM.
I see. Alright, thank you so much for the sharing. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay, back to Zaira, where she will interview one of the parents from ST Srinagar, where they will talk about the achievement made by the PROSPIM. Roll it!
Thank you, Miss Adriana from the studio. So now with me, one of the parents, which is Madam Hanim.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hi, Madam Hanim. So in your opinion, what is the most noticeable development that you notice from your child through this implementation of PROSPIM in the preschool?
The most obvious developments that I can see are in terms of her communication and also her behavior. Because surprisingly, as early as 5 months in preschool, my child was already able to speak clearly. She also becomes more confident and brave to talk to others, and she can do things like going to toilet, getting water, and getting ready by herself independently.
That's great. Has your child shown some improvement in reading, writing, and numeracy skills?
Yes, after a couple of months in preschool, she has shown a greater interest in reading, writing, numeracy, and also in coloring. At home, she spends most of her times with her books and doing beneficial activities. Her handwriting also improved greatly, and her coloring skills are much better than before.
So lastly, to what extent are you satisfied with your child achievement, and would you recommend this program to other parents?
As a parent, I am truly satisfied with the implementation of PROSPIM, and I highly recommend parents out there to send their children to preschool. Because of PROSPIM, there are a lot of positive improvements that I can observe from my child. And I strongly believe that those 2 years in preschool are sufficient preparation for the kids to enter primary school, as the programs and also the curriculum offered are highly effective and also well structured.
So thank you for your response and having good time with us. So back to the studio with Miss Adriana.
Thank you, Ms. Zaira. I really think that PROSPIM really give a big impact to preschool children.
So from your perspective, do you have any recommendation for PROSPIM?
I think I have 3 recommendations for PROSPIM. The first one is parental involvement. Parents should ensure that intervention activities should be done also at home. So government, they need to give a lot of resources or maybe training to parents so that they know what to do to ensure that the effectiveness of the process. The second one is contribution or the collaboration between healthcare sectors and educators. Why? Because some of the aspects such as like speech delay or education delays, these all aspects need the help of healthcare professionals. For example, speakers specialists. And the third one and the last one is expansion of the prospect. For example, why did I say this? Because all this was only some of them only focusing on the urban areas. So in here, I believe that government should also focus on the rural area because they also need the help of prospect. So I think this is the end of our show. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.